Well, one of the most famous women in the world has shared her private battle with cancer, Elle Macpherson, revealing she was diagnosed with breast cancer 7 years ago and refused chemotherapy.
She told the Australian Women's Weekly, quote, "I chose an holistic approach. Saying no to standard medical solutions was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But saying no to my own inner sense would have been even harder. Sometimes an authentic choice from the heart makes no sense to others, but it doesn't have to." For more on this, we are joined by Dr. Michael Bonning in the studio. Doc, good morning. Thanks so much for your time. It's an unconventional approach. Is it a common one?
Look, it is uncommon, and mainly, as Elle says, she went against the decision and advice of about 30 doctors that she consulted with, which is something most people don't have a chance to do, to talk to that many medical professionals. She, however, is what looks like someone who had early diagnosis through screening, because ductal carcinoma in situ, the kind of cancer she reports as having, is the one that we're probably not going to find by feel or by symptoms. We're going to find it by screening. And so she had screening, it was found, she had a lumpectomy, and then her likelihood of survival was quite high because of that and because of the type of cancer.
For any woman who goes through a diagnosis, it's life-changing. And just how to approach it, at what stage you're at, and that time between diagnosis and treatment starting is horrific. But also deciding on conventional medicine, which in some instances, chemotherapy and radiation, they have an effect of, what, 2 or 3% for each of them. And particularly chemotherapy can be brutal. Yeah. So women do look for alternates. What's the advice from medical authorities?
So speaking with some oncologists this morning and a breast cancer surgeon, there are really good pathways that we use now to help people with their cancer diagnosis, and then understanding what different choices mean for long-term survival, for recurrence, for the need for things like mastectomies and other things that go on. I think our takeaway from all of this has been that you need to work through this with your doctor. One of the things that we really saw from Elle is that she talked to a lot of people. She reached out. She got the best medical and health advice that she could.
I think also good on her for making a decision and sticking to it. I mean, there's nothing more stressful, I can't imagine. And maybe the solution is that it's a combination. But it seems to me the treatment is still so brutal. It's almost archaic when there's been so many advancements in diagnosis. The treatment with chemotherapy and radiation, they're still quite brutal on the body. So it's no wonder women get so stressed and the path is so hard for them, and some are going to choose something else.
So I think a couple of things that we find from Elle's case has been that there are really newer therapies. We use the immune system now, called immunotherapy, to help us, identify and then destroy cancer cells, and that's got far fewer symptoms and side effects than some of the old chemotherapy approaches that we had. The second thing that we take from this is that your immune system is part of our cancer surveillance service that our body provides to us, and looking after yourself, so healthy eating, healthy lifestyle, good sleep, making sure that you're eating wholesome, nourishing food. All of those things are actually helpful. Like, well, let's not place this in a we're only going to eat our food versus we're only going to have chemo. Like, we need to, whatever we do, we still need to do those basic things to keep ourselves healthy to start with.
I don't know that there's a right or wrong answer, and it's up to you. If you've got cancer, you choose your path, and good on her. Appreciate your time today.